what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. I'm by myself. Oh, wait, no, I'm not by myself again this week. You got Nick is back from the play. He's still wearing makeup on his fingers, on his face. It's crazy. It's like looking at him, it's like a nightmare I'm having right now.
Yep.
But yeah, we went up to the play, man. Me, Malarsic, Crazy Chris. Great play, great show.
Nice.
Everything looked like it went fucking smoothly, man. You guys got a nice ovation from the crowd that night. It was a
Oh
good
yeah.
time, man. It's a good time. Like I told Malarsic was like kept asking me like, "What'd you bring me to? What'd you bring me to?" I'm like, motherfucker, you got experience culture. You need to have some more experiences in life. He's like,
Right.
nah, man. It's like, yo, I love where I'm from the hood. I don't get out in here, son. I pour drinks out for my homies, player. Like he was talking to me all this like nonsense, all this
Yeah.
gangster shit. I'm like, Malarsic, no, it's not cool to act like that. And then you got to experience this, and you see people dressed up, and the plays, the choreograph, orography. You'd see all those fucking things happen. It's fucking magical, man. It's nice. He's trying to make fun of me because I was singing the fucking song, getting him pants song. So I started singing. I think you can hear it. If you guys look on the Instagram, I posted the video up. You can actually hear me singing in the background. He's like, Biloxi was telling everybody, the whole neighborhood, like, Trader was singing the songs and shit. Like, fucking was. Like, shit was good, man. It was good. It was fun.
Thanks. Why he didn't like it? He hated it.
Well, you know how he is. He's all about like, if it was like a Biggie and Tupac show, I'm sure he
Yeah.
would have liked it.
He probably didn't understand it. He was like, I don't know, trainer. I don't know what's going on here. Did he
He
shut
kept,
up ever during the play or
he
no?
kept, he kept talking to me, so I had to shh. Because well, I was like, Ed Chris was talking because they were sitting next to these two women,
Uh,
and they were just like talking, and so I had to shush them. I was like, shh, I have to listen to the play, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was like that, man. Then finally, like for the second act, he sat away from us at the other section because it was
really?
so yeah, it was like kind of hot in there. It was
Uh,
like still like kind of like
yeah.
nice out, and you know, Malarsic was like drenched. It looked like he just got out of the shower. It was crazy.
Shit. How quick the weather changed though, right? Like it was
Fucking
warm and
nuts.
then it's so fucking cold out and so dark too.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking crazy.
I seen a picture of you on Instagram after the play. You were like standing on the rock outside the theater, like your
Yeah.
shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, you
Yeah.
can't do that tonight, man.
No.
What a difference a day makes.
Yeah. Brick, brick, brick. Doesn't even make any sense, man. That's not how it used to be back in the day. It was like you would slowly get worked
Yeah,
into fall and into winter. But it snowed on the ride home today.
dude, they just they flick a switch, man. That's
Yeah.
why everybody's sick or got a cough. And
Yep.
if you ever notice that, like I was sick for like a couple weeks doing like the podcast. I couldn't breathe out of my nose, man. It felt like I was all
Mhm.
talking out of my mouth and shit.
Yeah.
So it's
I,
definitely, definitely going around.
I have a little something right now. It's not like it's like I'm caught in the middle of being run down because I just been nonstop the past like 2 weeks or whatever. And I think it's more run downness, but like every morning I wake up feeling like really fucking tired. And then like I feel like shit. And then when I got out of work, I just like I could have fucking fell asleep driving, like no problem. I could have just went like
Really?
this. And I don't and it's also the darkness. Like I was getting out of work early at like 4:30 and going to the play. So I was indoors when it was turning dark for rehearsal and shit. But now today is the first day that I actually saw 5:30, and like when I was leaving work, it was fucking pitch black. And
Yeah.
driving that hour ride in pitch
Depressing.
blackness,
It's depressing.
yeah, dude, and I usually like almost fall asleep
Yeah.
when it's bright out. Now I'm just like, oh fuck, I got to do this for like 4 months.
Dude, you're right, man. Because yeah, for some yeah, you're like around 4:30, it's starting to get dark, and I'm like, it seems like it's 9:30 or 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, holy shit, it's only like 5:15. I get the whole night.
Yeah,
Like it like hits you like a little weird.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't like that shit, man.
It's the jungle, nigga.
But
stupid.
I'm just listen, I'm happy to be alive because and to experience these short days because we drove up there, like Malarsic drove me up there, so I was in his car. And if you ever experience a ride in Malars's car, it's quite terrifying. So he picks me up, we go in the car, and he starts like telling me stories. All right. I'm like, oh, great. It's Malarsic story time. It's gonna be a fun ride. I'm sure he's got new material. So we're driving, we're like in the right lane or whatever. And then I notice, like, I look out the window, I'm like, man, I got so much space to the right of me. Like is that another lane on the sawmill that I don't know about? And I'm looking at him, and he's like crossed over the double yellow line like consistently. And then I'm like looking at him, I'm like, he's telling me a story. I'm looking at him, I'm like, Millar's like, why are you looking at me? Like, you should be looking at the road, like right
Right.
in front of you. And he's like, no, I see it, I see it. I'm like, you sure? And even like when later on the night, when after we left the bar to go to your play, he drove Crazy Chris, and Crazy Chris was in the back seat, and he even I waited for him, and then Crazy Chris, sure enough, pointed it out. He's like, Malarsic, like you're in the middle of the road. He's like,
God.
and Malarsic's excuse is like, yeah, nobody's up here. It's Chappaqua. Nobody's up here. I'm like, yo, there's mad people up here. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was a scene, man. It was definitely a scene driving up there. I was terrified. I almost shit my pants a couple times. And on the Sawmill, if you go to Sawmill North, it goes down, and like by Elmsford, it goes down to one lane.
Yeah.
And there's like the arrows pointing to get over to the one lane, and there's barriers. And we're driving in the right lane. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, I don't know if he sees those barriers and those 5 arrows that are blinking, flashing to get over to the left lane. And I'm like, finally, I'm like, Blarsic, there's it's going down to one lane. You might want to look at this.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what the hell's this fucking about? I'm like, maybe they're doing road work. Like, don't blame the road, right? And then we get up a little further. Sorry, Blarsic, but this is just too much. I had to get it out. And we're running up there. We're getting to like, there's a light on the Sawmill up by like Hawthorne,
Yeah.
And he's driving. I'm like, I hope he sees this red light now. And then he's telling me the story. He's looking at me. I'm like, he does not see it. And I'm like, Malarzik, red light, red light. And then finally he fucking stops. My fucking neck jerks off in the front. I'm like, ow, like it almost hit the fucking dash. And then he's like, yeah, I didn't see that one. It's like, yeah, we probably would have ran into the fucking guy. I'm like, dude, I'm just like, man, like you put your life in his hands when he's driving. Like, Malarson, don't be a fucking cab driver or any kind of driver, Do not get behind the wheel anymore.
Should have Ubered home on that one.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. It was nuts. The red light or whatever I could see, but like when it's going down to like one lane, I'm like, dude, you got to get over it. What are you just gonna drive through the barriers? It's
I
great.
just picture him like Dumb and Dumber, fucking when he's in the limo driving the lady, just turning around, fucking. You're more likely to die on the way to the airport.
I like when he looks out the limo. He's like, "Goodbye, my love," and then he bang right. The fucking shit blows up in his face. Oh yeah. I could see Velocity against Jim Carrey in the next Dumb and Dumber movie.
Probably. Well, he's got once caught red-handed, gets picked up.
Yeah, it'd be very popular.
100%. But I want to thank you guys for coming out. It was very nice. It's awesome seeing everybody in the crowd. Like,
Gotta support.
Yeah,
Gotta show support.
It. And Saturday was crazy, man. There was so many people there, bro. Between me and my cousin LJ, like, and Amory had people there, and fucking like this other guy had like a shitload of people. There was probably like between me and LJ, we had like fucking 70 fucking people there. I think at least. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it seemed that way. It seemed good because everybody's like kind of was saying like when you guys were on stage together singing the song and shit and doing your thing, like I could see people like, oh, that's what I mean? They were talking about you guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, they were crazy. The girls from my job were there. They were screaming. I heard them like in the second set. I'm like fucking about to. It's dead silent, and all I hear is Nick.
That's fucking great. Yeah, I heard that too. I heard that. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Yeah.
Who the fuck is that? But then I remembered because I looked out in the crowd and I saw them over there. It's like when you just use your spatial reasoning or whatever. I was like, it's got to be them.
That was cool. We went to the bar beforehand up in Chappaqua. Yeah, Farley came by, Joe came by.
Oh, nice.
With their wives, girlfriends.
Yeah.
That's where me and Crazy Chris Malarsic showed up. So we're hanging out there. Good place. Had some good food before I went over.
Yeah.
Had a few beers. So yeah, it's too bad they closed like early up in there. They closed at like 10. Otherwise, like I would have went back to the bar for a couple drinks.
Yeah. Ended up going to Candlelight that night and like.
Oh, you did?
That's the thing. Like all the people in the play, they're like, all right, everybody get a good night's sleep. And fucking we never got a good night's sleep ever, right?
Yeah.
Friday.
You're rock stars.
Yeah. Friday I think Emery, did we go to Candlelight on Friday? She's not listening to me. She can't remember. we did something, and then Saturday I worked all fucking day at my house, and like, and then I just hopped in the shower and went to the play. So like I didn't fucking take any time to relax.
Wow.
And then Saturday night we went to candlelight and stayed up till like fucking 12:30, and then you woke up fucking completely exhausted on Sunday, and then had to go there for like 11:30 or whatever. But then thank God my boss was like, "Oh, just meet me at the theater on Monday, and don't even worry about going to work." And he was like, "Meet me on at 1 o'clock because we had to clear the theater out." I was like, "Thank you, God, that saved me, man. There was no
Really?
fucking way I was going to be able to go to work on Monday at 9 o'clock."
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was huge.
Which
But
one is your boss? He's in the show?
yeah, he's the one that he's the manager.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah. So he's the writer. He wrote the whole thing, man. He fucking shout
He
out to
wrote
him,
he
man.
wrote the Get in Your Pants song.
He wrote every
Oh, that's
song.
fucking great, man.
Yeah, he's the man. John Krupa, man. He's fucking. He's somewhat related to Gene Krupa, who's like a big time drummer from like I think the 50s or 60s or something like that.
Oh, really?
He yeah, he's like his great nephew or something like that. But he's a fucking wizard. He plays like came up with the basis of all the songs, like musically and everything. Wrote them out, and then he got the band together, and the band added their parts, which like fucking the composer is fantastic. The guitar players are fucking insane. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, right.
some of the best musicians out there. So, I mean, and I mean the leads are great. I mean the girl Layla, fucking phenomenal voice, right? She just
Yeah,
like
yeah, for real.
stops in the tracks, man. She's so good. And Meg is a great actor, great singer. Like it's just so cool to have like be part of that with those people, man. It's so fucking cool. So much fun.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it looked like you guys having a great time.
Yeah. And then we got the choreography. We had this girl Holly came in. She's like worked on Broadway before. A little 23-year-old girl, like commanded the fucking stage, like
Yeah,
just controlled everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Just so much respect for such a young girl who just like kicked ass. You know what I mean? Like
really.
she made the play, she took the play and made it fucking a million times better, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I could see that, man. It was definitely a big difference from last time I seen it to this. Actually, when I went in there, I didn't even think it was going to be the same kind of show. I
Mhm.
thought it was going to be different.
Really?
Yeah, but then once I started hearing it, I'm like, yo, I didn't forget about it. When the song came on. I was like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm like, let's get more drinks.
right.
Yeah, it's good,
That's
good time.
fucking great.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't realize it was like right across from like my gym that I go to sometimes up there.
Oh
So
yeah.
like, yeah, right across. I'm like, because I'm looking out the window, and I'm looking at this place, and I'm like, I wonder if that's the place that we're going to.
Mhm.
And sure enough, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, we showed up and it was it. Yeah, cool venue, man. It was bigger.
That's cool. Yeah.
It was nice, man.
Yeah, it's
Nice
cool. It looks
place.
like the outside looks like an old like Coliseum or something like that, and then you go inside
Yeah,
and it feels like you're in the White House or something like that, right?
yeah, it felt like when I was going through the podium, it felt like Florida State or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like going to college and shit. Like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
this is wild.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, cool little joint.
Yeah. Speaking of Florida State, let's get into our topics and we'll talk a little bit about football. What do you say?
Oh, sounds good.
Oh yeah. So here's our topics. Football and gambling. Um Trump running for president again. Population growth. Um Biden's student loan forgiveness. Was struck down. The Democrats win the Senate, and some chain smoking lunatic ran a marathon. But we're gonna start with football gambling.
Are you ready for
Mike,
some football?
Mike's. I just want to give you a preemptive here. I want
Yeah.
to give you a little preemptive, just to prove how like I guess I'm just not a good gambler, and I bring the party down. Me and Mike have been gambling together for a long time, and I've realized that I'm just the weak link in it, and I gave up, and I don't miss it, and I'm just so happy for my good friend Mike right now because he dominates. So go ahead and tell your story, Mike.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. It was like week 3 of this year betting football, right? And I'm like, I was like thinking to myself, like, I think I gotta stop. I gotta stop gambling. And then I'm like, my parents didn't raise no quitter. I'm like, I ain't quitting this fucking gig. So I continue gambling. You're up and down, up and down. You make some crazy bets sometimes. But yeah, I hit big. I had a fucking crazy parlay to like 30 something G's. You know, I said it on the BBO MYG podcast. If you listen to that, I put it all over Twitter. Like I put it all over Twitter. I put the picture of the bet on there, and because it gives you an option to cash out, and everybody's fucking saying cash out to me. So I put the thing on Twitter. Dude, so many people, like, shout out to all the people that responded and favored, and it was part of the conversation. It was fun last night being on Twitter, and everybody like just like actually like supporting me, rooting for me. Everybody asked me like, "Yo, did you cash out? Did you cash out?" I'm like, because I have Chad Powers as the pitcher on the BBL podcast, and I'm like, Chad Powers never cashes out. Go Giants, you know what I'm saying? I said that remark to like everybody, but yeah, everybody's telling me cash out, take the $5,000. I'm like, $5,000 is nice, but it's not a difference maker. It's not gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just I'm like, I was fucking going. I'm like watching the game, and I just knew it was gonna happen. I felt it, So it's one of those things, man. That's why you never quit, kids. Never quit.
Did you hedge yourself?
I hedged myself a little bit. I threw like a few grand on the Eagles, but I also kind of hedged that by betting the Washington Redskins like getting points as part of this other parlay that I could win 18 grand if the Ravens blow out the Panthers and the KC blows out San Diego. So that could be another bet that could become. I could be on this one lucky streak. I mean, who the hell knows? You know what I mean?
Sweet.
So yeah, it was it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun fucking last night, let me tell you. I couldn't even sleep. I was so fucking juiced up, amped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those nights.
Sick. But yeah, back on like the gambling thing, like when two people are game, like me and Mike will go to the casino and shit like that. There's been times where I'd be like, Mike's like, I'm going to the bar. And I'm like, I'm going to gamble. And then I'd be like down $1,000. And Mike's like, oh, I won $400 just playing slot machines at the stupid bar. And I want to punch him in the face. And you got to pretend to be happy for him, but you're really pissed. That's how gambling is when you're gambling with other people. You're like, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, why could that be me?
Right. You almost want the other person to also lose. But
to be part of with you. Yeah. Right.
But in this situation now, I'm telling you the truth. Like now that I don't gamble anymore, you could actually be happy for your friend. Full happiness.
Listen, I'm so happy you achieved that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you for supporting me when I came to your fucking show twice. So yeah, dude, you get that fucking but the rush though, like even when back in the day when we won, like we bet together and we hit the fucking, the roulette for like $5,000. Yeah. We ran upstairs. We were slapping G with the money and shit, fucking trying to fix the room that you destroyed previously. Yeah. And it was just like, yo, it was fun, man. So you get that, both rush and shit. So yeah, some people always think they might be a jinx. They might bring other people down, but that's never the truth. But people just want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? They believe it for some reason, but that's not the truth.
I think it is the truth, Mike, because I think you're putting your energy into that bet, right? A lot of the times we'd play the same numbers. Yeah. But if you're betting fucking, I don't know, 34 and 36, they're similar numbers, right? They're solid fucking. But if you're betting I don't know, fucking 12 and fucking 3 or fucking, there's certain numbers that are just one's here, one's fucking here. And
I know.
Energy wise, the fucking numbers out there, they have fucking energy. You know what I mean? So you're fucking pulling them apart, So I feel that. I do actually feel that. And I know when you're gambling at the end of the Atlantic City, when you're like, I don't care, I'm just gonna keep going, I'm gonna win. And I know you're gonna win because you always fucking win. And no matter what, when I'm gambling at the end of the day, I fucking lose. So it's all yours now, man. You're crushing it. You're dominating.
Maybe I'm just really a fucking lucky leprechaun. My fucking dumbass could be a fucking little leprechaun. It's just lucky. Yeah, listen, I'll take it, man. I'll take it. It's always fun.
I found an old video. I was looking through all my old videos on my computer. Have my my hard drive or whatever.
Gotta send it to me.
Just before this, a video of me, you, and G in Atlantic City. And we're battle rapping, me and you, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
I got to send it to you, and maybe you can just throw it on the podcast or something.
All right, if you send it to me, you guys are here right now.
All right, I'll send it to you. Well, you can input it. You can input it into the. Oh, you're gonna input it into the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
don't want to hurt you. You got two double shirts here.
So yeah, whenever you send it to me, I'll just input it till tomorrow sometime.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because I forgot what the fuck we were rapping about. I know you got me with a double shirt. I know
Double shirt. That's the one.
That's probably going to be the title of this show, double shirt.
How the fuck did you remember that?
Because it was just fucking funny, man. You guys you just burst out laughing so hard when you said it. Like I'm like, fuck you guys. I like my two shirts.
Those are good times.
Yeah, it was
really good times.
It was good times. I was on this podcast talking about different groups of friends I had, and you guys, you two, Rob, going down Atlantic City, just man, that shit was fucking. It was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, definitely. And just a shout out to Mike for handling this podcast while I was away, man, and not
thank you. I was waiting.
Down. Yeah, this guy, you did really good, man. Believe it or not, I don't even listen to the podcast when I'm on it, but I listened to it when it was just you.
Thanks for the support. Like and subscribe, man. We need all the viewers, man. Yeah. God damn it, listen to it.
Smash that like button. But Mike dominated. I'm sorry for leaving you in the dust, but thanks for picking up the slack, Mike. You did a great job. Proud of you.
Appreciate it, man.
Got it.
But now you're back, thank God. It wasn't easy.
It feels good to be back. I mean, I missed it. You know what I mean? Like I almost had band practice with my metal band today, and I was just like, I don't really want to go because I was feeling a little under the weather, and then my drummer felt like shit, and I was like, oh, good. Then I won't have to pod at 11 o'clock tonight.
Nice.
It all worked out. But
you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it one day. You're gonna have to do it by yourself. You're gonna have to try.
Scary. It's gonna be scary.
That'd be interesting, man. I think the viewers might want to fucking listen to it.
I guarantee 3 minutes in, I'll stop the podcast and say I'm not doing this.
That'd be fucking. I would love to see that, man.
I don't think I could do it, Mike. I gotta be honest with you, because I'll be talking about some I'll be going into the
security
world.
I know.
Realm shit.
That's what I'm saying. It'll bring out your fucking like this guy is nuts. Can you imagine listen to a show of just like Malarsic or just Crazy Chris or just Eugene? It would be great. Great. I would love it because you guys are my friends and shit. I would just love to fucking hear it. But yeah, who knows? Who knows what would come out?
Yeah. I guess I could try it one day if need be, but you never do anything, so
that's true. Like I'm always around. Rain or shine, sick, I don't care. I'm fucking on it.
Yeah. Shit. Well, speaking of rain or shine and being on it, looks like our boy Trump is coming back to.
Is that what he's saying?
To take over? Yeah, I just saw it. He said he's running.
Wow, he just came out and said he's running. Wow, that's breaking news. I did not hear that. I was doing podcasts all night.
That is breaking
I tell you,
news.
man, I to be honest, I'd rather Ron DeSantis run.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the governor of Florida right now, but he's awesome. I thought he would have done a great job for the Republican Party.
Mm-hmm.
But now it sucks because now you're gonna see Biden run again. You're gonna see Trump and Biden go against each other. Like, I'd rather both of them not be on the ballot and just bring some new people in here and change the game. Why do we got to suffer through all this bickering and shit? Because that's all it's going to be. It's like fucking high school shit.
Right.
They're just arguing back and forth, dissing each other. Get two candidates that has some class that won't treat the debate like high school.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that noise, man. How can we? But that's what the American people are just so used to, because look at the shows on TVs like Maury Povich and all that shit. You get all these fucking some disgusting parts of this earth. Not you listeners all over the world, but really disgusting pieces of shits that. How do you live? And they eat that shit up. They eat the fucking they eat the gossip, the TMZ. They eat all that shit up, man. Right. It's sad. It's really fucking sad that we got to deal with fucking those kind of people, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people that are super excited that Trump's back in, but you're right. Nobody wants to fucking hear this bullshit back and forth bullshit. But I mean, Trump does have to win the nominee though for Republican though, so he's gonna have to first go against the other Republicans.
But you know that he's gonna win. You know that, right?
I guess so. And you know what though?
Most likely.
The way things are going though, even like, well, New York, I guess, was probably, I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it is, that New York's governor race was probably like one of the closest that it's been in a very long time.
Yeah.
Usually just dominated by Democrats, and I still don't exactly know how Hochul won, because like her laws are just awful. Like, wouldn't wouldn't I don't understand what people are basing their votes on. Like, don't you want criminals to stay in jail and to be off the fucking street? Like, isn't shouldn't that be your number one thing? Like, bail reform is not
You
is
think?
a stupid fucking thing. No, no, we don't want that. I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck are they basing it off of?
Look at the map. Look at the map of New York. They say like the reason why New York's a Democratic state is because of the city.
Yeah.
The city was makes it blue. It's not everything else around it.
But the
And
city turned to garbage.
exactly. So you get to deal with all the fucking garbage. And you'd think they would be like, you know,
Right.
we don't, but maybe they like living in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you like that shit.
Or it's all bullshit, and like the abortion fucking thing was passed, so the Democrats fucking stay in office. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
or rescinded, so the Democrats, so they think that the Democrats are gonna fucking, change everything the fuck around. And but you also think to yourself, then is it a big fucking ploy? Because if the Republicans overturn that, they got to know that that's going to make Democrats fucking win the Senate, which fucking happened. So are they all in cahoots with each other? Yeah, they fucking probably are, man. It's probably a bunch of horse shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Democrats are going to do it, because why the fuck else would they overturn that a few like months before huge elections, man? You don't fucking do that if you want to stay in office.
You would think but I mean, who the fuck knows? It's probably just all set up.
All set up.
I can't take it anymore, man. I'm almost sick of like talking about it because it just consumes everything we see.
Right.
It's like, especially now with like the midterms, like I don't even know what midterms. What the fuck is midterms? I don't get it. Like, you're here for 4 years or whatever you are. Like, just do a good job and stop bitching, man. Stop
Right.
fucking like, that's all I care about.
And these fucking ads that come up on the
Oh
TV and
God.
YouTube. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
Word.
Kathy Hochul and Geronimo Jones, whoever the fucking guy is.
Geronimo Jones.
They keep crime off the streets by putting criminals back on the streets. It's like, what are you talking about? You fucking
Right.
lunatics? I don't know, man.
Then they watch these things like, yo, I think Geronimo Jones is right, yo. I think I'm gonna vote for him.
Yeah.
And then these maniacs just fucking they go out and vote. Like,
Right.
I don't know. It's crazy, man.
Terrible. It's like, talk about yourself on there, right? Like, say good things about yourself. Don't fucking you shouldn't be able to fucking slander anybody on these fucking things.
Nick, if somebody was debating me and they went after me saying this dumb shit, I'd punch them right there on the stage. I don't
Right.
give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care I'm running for president. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna snap,
Right.
and I'm just gonna punch him right in between the
Right.
fucking the nose bone.
Yeah. Dude,
Fuck that.
isn't it crazy that, like, wait, there was something else that we were going to talk about. Fuck. Oh, the Back to the Future thing. We'll get to that, but
Oh yeah.
what's going on with the war in Ukraine and Russia? Is that still going on?
We're sending more money because apparently what happened tonight is Russia fucking
I just
two
farted
missiles.
on the air too.
I hear it. I don't even need to add a fart noise this fucking episode. I fucking took care of it live. So yeah, fucking Russia, man. They sent 2 missiles and it hit Poland.
Oh my god.
Poland.
How do you fuck that up? What drunk fucking Russian was like,
You
I
don't
got
fuck
this.
that up.
I got this.
You want to start World War III, man? That happened tonight. I don't know what's gonna happen. Then all of a sudden, like Biden wants to send more money, more billions of dollars to Ukraine. So it's like we could give you all this money, right? So you could get all these weapons and shit. And Russia don't know that we're sending the money.
Right.
We might as well just go in there and fucking put bodies in there in fucking Ukraine and just take care of Russia, take them out. But apparently Ukraine's doing a good job of that. But this motherfucker going after Poland now, like, you don't give a fuck.
Fucking wild, man.
It is wild. Crazy.
But does Poland have any, like, are they strong? Are they even a strong country, or like? But like, doesn't that
I don't
Poland
know.
is Poland part of NATO? Or
NATO.
like, do we have to attack now? Is that
It's,
attack on the NATO? Right.
that's attack on NATO. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen like tomorrow. Like, I
Right.
mean, I know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be fucking crazy. And then it's gonna weaken our economy even more. Yo, people gotta watch out, man. This is some serious fucking shit. This is some shit that could change how we live. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking terrible news, man. You don't think it could happen here and shit like that, or it's gonna influence us here, but the more money and then the value of the dollar is gonna fucking crash, man. And then who knows with your fucking 401ks and your savings? I'm telling you right now, you don't know what's fucking coming. Nobody does. So you gotta be prepared for fucking shit, you know?
Is it
Dangerous.
possible, like Ukraine and Poland? I'd imagine border each other, right? You know, like New Jersey and like, well, like New York and Connecticut, like, oh, welcome to Connecticut. You think they were like bombing the outskirts of Ukraine and maybe they just like, hit Poland like on the Connecticut
Uh,
side?
I mean, it could be like an accident, but you're gonna let an accident like that kind of slide?
Did they
I don't
kill
know.
anybody?
I think so. Like I just got the news like before I came on the pod, and I was like, I didn't really read up on it, but we're gonna hear about it in the next like week.
But dude, this is all fucking horse shit, man. It's all fucking ploy, man. Like I listen, I can almost guarantee I can't guarantee anything, obviously, but I guarantee these motherfuckers are all in it together.
Yeah,
Putin, fucking Poland, fucking the United States. Time to go to war. 1940, World War fucking two happened, right? It's about time now. We're 70 years fucking later. What is it? Every fucking 2 decades we go to war. You know what I mean? Like the 40s, the 60s. When was fucking like Iraq? The 90s. Then fucking Afghanistan. It's like, what the fuck is going on? We can't live on a peaceful fucking planet.
I that's what I would think. Like, wouldn't it be just so much more easier if you just be like, all right, don't fuck with me, and I won't fuck you with you, like.
Right.
But we don't have that. Is it's fucking sad as that sounds, you know?
These fucking people never grew up. You know how like, all right, you want to fight when you're younger and shit like that, but
Yeah,
don't you like say, I don't want to fight anymore? I want to be calm and peaceful. Like Putin wants to just fucking destroy everything still. He's like fucking 60 something years old.
yeah, you're
70
right.
years. I don't know what the fuck how old he is, but like
He's a
the
child.
fuck's the matter with these people? They don't can't control their fucking anger.
Yeah, child. It's childness. Fucking, ego. Ego
Crazy.
definitely gotta think about it. But yeah, man, it's all fucked up now, man. And it
Or
just like keeps getting worse and worse.
or there really is stuff that we have no fucking idea about. And maybe the fucking United States and Ukraine are in this serious cahoots together. And Russia's like, maybe we're fucking with them. And they're like, nah, motherfucker, I'm coming after you guys.
That's
You know
wild.
what I mean? Like
Yeah, right.
we don't fucking
Yeah, we
know.
don't know. We just know what's getting told to us.
Right.
I mean, it could be lies. Who fuck knows, man? We don't know. All
Crazy shit, man. Well,
right, let's take a quick commercial break.
all
Maybe
right.
we'll get into the Back to the Future.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be right back on the Mix It Up podcast.
Bye.
All right, we are back on the Mix It Up podcast. I am Mike. That's Nick. Nick, we want to talk
Hello.
about this Back to the Future.
Yeah, we would like to talk to. However, before we do, I just read up on the Poland Russian missile thing,
Yes.
and I just want to say that they're saying like a Russian made bomb hit Poland, killing 2 people. So Russian made.
Huh.
Where was it launched? Where the fuck was it launched from? You know?
So
Because who's
maybe they're just
fucking
trying to manipulate you
who's
thinking it's Russia through the media.
well, exactly. Maybe somebody has a Russian bomb and fucking bombed Poland anyway. Maybe we fucking did it. Who the fuck knows, man? I don't trust anybody. I don't fucking trust these motherfuckers, man.
That's a good point. Maybe the media maybe they're trying to make it want it to happen in a way, in a sick way. Who fuck knows?
And you know what's crazy that when you come up with like you come up with something like this, you're looked at as a fucking psychopath. How could you ever think that the United States would do something like that?
Mhm.
I'm not saying that they did, but how could you not think that it's a possibility? Because they're gonna make a ton of fucking they're gonna make a gazillion dollars being at war.
Hell
So
yeah.
So why wouldn't they fucking think of an idea to do that, you fucking psychopaths? Right? They don't care about you. They don't care about anybody.
100%. They
You know
don't
what I
give
mean?
a
Like,
fuck.
no, they don't care. They don't care if you like fucking high gas prices or low gas prices or abortion or not abortion, or if you're a fucking white supremacist or a fucking Black Panther. They don't give a fuck who you are. They don't give a fuck about you at all. They'll send you to war. They'll send you to war. They'll let you die. They don't care. They just want to make money. They want your money. They want to make more money. So
Pretty simple.
think about the wildest thing. Start using your brain and think about the wildest thing that could be, and it could possibly be true. You
That's
know?
fucking insane, man.
Yeah. Conspiracy theories,
All right, though.
call them whatever the fuck you want, but like, just think about, I could lie directly to your face right now, directly to your face. And you're going to be like, oh, I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah, of course.
But I lied to you.
Right. It's fucking,
Right?
that's the power of the media.
Exactly. Exactly. And there's
Scary.
nothing to rebut them, because like we could legitimately throw a nuclear bomb in Russia right now if we wanted to. We would never know that happened until, like, people from Russia would tell their family, like, oh my God, we got hit by a nuclear bomb. But then it would get brushed under the mat, because somebody like, oh my, they said there's a nuclear bomb there. Oh really? Oh shit, I didn't hear anything in the news. Oh, it must be false.
Right.
Yeah, but my 16th cousin is plastered to a wall over there from the, yeah, I don't know. And then people just won't even care.
Yeah, I think something happened.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, people wouldn't care. That's another good point too.
yeah.
It's a shame.
Well, Back to the Future, Mike. Explain to these people the craziness of this fucking movie.
Well, first off, I had this Back to the Future like article that I wanted to talk about, right? And then Eugene, friend of the podcast, friend of us, he sent the video of Back to the Future to me today. Meanwhile, like Eugene didn't know he sent me this video like fucking 5 times before. I'm like, he just makes me really like want to see Back to the Future. So I'm gonna start watching it again. But like, I had an article I was gonna talk to about, like, it was just, I found it weird, like, Michael J. Fox. There was like an original actor, Eric Schultz, that actually was the first guy. He filmed a good chunk of the movie already as Marty McFly. It was going to be a different fucking person originally, but the cast didn't like him, and they finally he finally got fired, and they went with Michael J. Fox. But Michael J. Fox happened to be the first choice, but he turned them down only because he had ties, literally, with Family Ties, the show that he was doing on Fox.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he actually got back there. It's just weird how, like, that kind of thing, like, happened, where it's just like it might have never been Marty McFly, which is just crazy to think about. You know how many times I watched that movie?
Oh yeah.
And then the girl that played Marty McFly's girlfriend in the first movie, she all of a sudden in Back to the Future 2 turned into Elizabeth Shue, the girl from the Karate Kid movie.
Oh yeah.
The original girl, I guess a family member got sick and she couldn't do it. So now, like, I'm like, I don't even remember her that much. It's all about Elizabeth Shue and me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? In the Back to the Futures movies. But it's just like, it's crazy how she was just in 2 and 3 and not 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah.
it? That's all you want to talk about?
No, well, just like that article. And then the video that Eugene sent was I seen it a couple times, like I said, but it was just crazy how they predicted 9/11. Like, if people that know, like, don't know, like, when Marty McFly goes to see Doc Brown when he's having the petroleum and he gets attacked by Saudi, the Muslims. And then he shows up on a skateboard, and originally it was the Twin Pines Mall, and Twin Pines was like considered like the Twin Towers in New York City. That's how they associated that with. And if you look at the time, it shows 1:16 in the morning when he shows up, but if you turn that upside down, it's 9/11. And then after the whole, like, the terrorist attack in the movie with Doc Brown, when Marty comes back from the future, he goes to the mall again, and it's only, just one pine. It's just one tower. You know what I mean? So it's just funny how that is. And then it just like it goes through like all these different connections, how they pretty much was predicting 9/11. They show 9/11 in the fire when Marty McFly goes back from the lightning strike on the tower when he's running through the flames coming back from the future. It shows 9/11 in pretty much fire, with which is just fucking strange.
Yeah.
Then in the movie, they're showing, when Marty McFly goes back to the house and they're watching the TV, it shows like the Twin Pines again on the TV. And then all of a sudden it glitches and it goes right to like buildings, the Twin Towers buildings. And the guy's like hanging upside down from the ceiling. So he's looking at it like the buildings are coming crashing down on the TV, which is another crazy thing. And if you look at it, they have like a little statue of like Liberty, like lamp or whatever, like right below that, which is wild in itself. So it's just like if you got to watch this video, man, it's on BitChute. Go look it up, like, Back to the Future, how it's like predicted 9/11. And then they came out, the same guy that wrote Back to the Future came out with that other movie in 2015 with that kid trying to tightrope across the World Trade Centers. And he's dressed as Marty McFly, the same kind of outfit, same colors.
Mhm.
The black like jacket, the red shirt, like it's just, it's spooky as fuck when you watch it. Like, holy shit.
So here's the question, man. Is Robert Zemeckis a time traveler?
That's interesting because like look at Biff. He based Biff off of Donald Trump. Did you know
Really?
that?
No.
Yeah, dude, he based the character Biff off of Donald Trump. Like that's a whole nother thing
Yeah.
that they don't even explain in this like movie.
Mhm.
That's been going around the internet for like a while. But he came around. He told like that. I think he was on like a interview with the Daily Beast or whatever. And then it's like, yeah, his inspiration for the character he had was created back in 1989, pretty much for basing off of him. And I mean, the resemblance is kind of there too in the way Biff acts.
Mhm.
Butthead, a loser. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like loser, like
Yeah.
holy shit, like this guy like really did that. So it has all these like weird connections, and yeah, it's definitely spooky, man.
I mean, he's probably a time traveler. That's all it comes down to. He's a legit time traveler. I mean, you come up with something like that,
Crazy.
and then you dot all these fucking T's and or these I's, and you cross the T's, and I mean, then you start saying to yourself, "Well, can I look at any movie and like put some sort of conspiracy into it?" Right? I don't think you can, man. I don't think you really can because like if you got to watch this video, you know what I mean? It's just the Twin Pines to the Lone Pine, like why is that changed in the movie? What significance would that have for the fucking movie? You know?
It's
None. I don't see any significance. Why is it the Lone Pine now? And like I don't know, man.
because when Doc Brown was running away or Marty was running away, remember he ran over a pine tree
Yeah.
because
Oh, okay, okay,
back to the
okay.
time. So
Oh,
all of a sudden that took that away. And then
gotcha.
they show like the clock tower as being one of the towers. Like
Yeah,
he was getting the information when he from that lady trying to save the clock tower,
yeah.
and he found the exact time when the lightning strikes. And it's just like this whole wild shit, man.
Well, all right.
I
So
don't know
now
if you can look at every movie and say that. I don't think you can.
but now that you explained that part, that makes sense. And then like 911 is a pretty, you know,
Yeah, yeah, I know. I
you
know.
know what I mean? And the Twin Towers were iconic.
True.
That they were in a lot of movies.
They were in Friends all the time. If you're
Yeah,
watching the comedy Friends, yeah, it's
right.
always every fucking movie had the Twin Towers in that. You're right.
And maybe the guy upside down. There's got to be another maybe significance of the guy that's like flashes upside down or whatever like that. Maybe
Maybe
it's just it's
maybe he's a,
horseshit.
maybe you're right. Maybe he's a time traveler, but there's something you said about like maybe it comes into his mind. Like you said something about like Michael Jackson or Prince, like they had the idea, the song come from like above or whatever, and then you said like if you don't write it down in the middle of the night, then Prince will get it. Like that
Right.
idea was gonna float around to somebody,
Yeah.
almost like I don't know, in a weird, crazy way. Like maybe he's not a time traveler, and that just happened to be like how we got that information. But
Could be.
the connection is there. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, and if it's true or not, I mean, we don't shut any idea down here. I think we're both open to the fact that there could be some people out there that could time travel. I think me and Mike both agree with that, right?
Yeah, I agree. 100%. We talked about that before.
Yeah, we don't shut anything down, man. I mean,
No way.
if you could look around, look at the fucking wall that's behind me, right? Look at this fucking thing that just I could hear Mike through my fucking headphones when he talks. That's impossible. That would be impossible fucking 250 years ago. Somebody would be like, "What are you fucking insane that I could talk into this microphone and Mike can hear me fucking 6, 7 miles away, wherever the fuck he is? You could do this 2,000 miles away and I'd be able to podcast with Mike." That's bizarre.
Nuts. Yeah. And that technology just came around not that long ago.
Right.
Dude, you remember like in like late 90s? I don't know, you remember like had like AOL instant messenger and you hook it up to your fucking telephone, and if somebody calls you or you pick up the phone, the whole system breaks down.
Yeah.
Remember how fucking maddening that shit was?
Yeah.
You're fucking all of a sudden everybody's in your buddy list on AOL, and then all of a sudden the whole shit just fucking closed. Yo, it was fucking wild. Had all of a sudden that came around, and then it just everything just blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like it was just a whole wave of just, dude, the world changed. Everything changed.
Right.
Fucking nuts, man. Oof.
Dude, look at electric cars, man. I think I said it the other day. I was in an electric car the other day, and the screen shows your car moving, shows every car on the road with you, tells you when a light is coming, shows you if a car's like, coming too close to you.
Yeah.
Like from shit that were invisible rays that were shooting up into the fucking into the world, right? With bouncing off of fucking satellites coming back down. If we could do that so quickly, what else do you think we're shooting out there and probably understanding way more than our microscopes, our telescopes are doing, right?
Yeah.
Telescopes are kind of archaic if you think about it, man. But the fact that they can go that far doesn't even make sense. Oh yeah, this is a picture of we could see 13 fucking 0.8 billion light years away.
That's nuts.
How the fuck? What? What kind of lens are you using? Right? But
Right. Right. What kind of lens?
but I guess that's the speed of light, though. So that's the quickest thing. Apparently, that's the quickest thing, unless we're being lied to. Maybe the speed of maybe
gotta
there
be
is something
something
faster,
else.
right?
I believe there's something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe that's the greatest lie on the
Nuts.
fucking planet, Mike, and that's
Could
why
be.
we can't fucking we're limited because we actually believe that.
Believe that. Yeah, we can't go
Whoa.
beyond it.
Whoa, maybe we just broke through, Mike. Now that we kind of believe that there might be something else, maybe we'll realize it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh shit,
I'm
I'm
open.
scared.
I'm open to it, man.
I'm scared of it though. I'm a little scared. We might go into different dimensions and shit. Oh, I'm scared.
I'm scared to look through these fucking mega telescopes we got. And imagine just looking through this mega telescope like light years away. And then all of a sudden you see a monster just fucking go right past the telescope. And you're like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
That would be more terrifying than anything.
But I'm telling you, man, like those telescopes don't even make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that you're seeing that far away.
I
I
know.
don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And then what year are you looking at it from? You seeing a star that's like that already died, like,
Oh yeah.
and then because the light takes forever to get here. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? They tried teaching me that in grade school. I never got it up until probably like a couple years ago. I was like, oh, now I get it. Because the
Yeah,
light takes that long to get back. I get it now. But then I'm like, that sounds stupid.
but that's insane though. That's how far these stars are away and how big they are. That it takes that they've been dead for millions of years already.
It just, yeah, no, it can't be bad, dude. It can't be. Because what if I look through a telescope, right? Like, say you're down the block, right? I pull out a telescope and I'm looking at you. I'm like, Nick, you're dead.
Right.
You're just still alive because your light didn't get back here fast enough.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, it just sounds so stupid. Because
Yeah.
I can look through the telescope and you can do stuff live, and I see you doing the live stuff,
Right.
like moving and shit. Like it doesn't. I don't know. It don't make it sense. It don't make any sense to me now that I think about it again.
So if you can see it from here, but if you're looking at it through a telescope, what if I mean if you could find a way to get there faster, you could make it disappear somehow. Right? Like if you could travel, what am I trying to say? Like how could you get that star to actually disappear? and realize it's death.
You just gotta wait for it then? Did you
You
have
have
to
to-
stare out and then exactly wait for it to last light to get
Oh.
here?
Here's the question. If you could travel fucking far enough and fast enough, when you get there, eventually that star will be gone.
Right.
Basically, you're traveling into the past. You're going back to the future? Like, no, because it has happened already, right? The star has blown up, it's dead, right? So now if you went there right now, you got there, it would be gone.
Yes, because it would take forever to get there, most likely.
But if it didn't take if you were able to get
Oh,
through
instantly.
time, instantly the star's gone.
I don't know. I would say it's just
Yeah.
the star is still there.
No, it's gone. It blew up. The star blew up. The star's dead.
Okay.
Because the reason why we see the star still is because the light has not reached us yet.
I get it. So if
or-
we're going against the current almost in a way,
Well, it's not that the light hasn't reached it. The light's reaching us, but it's on a fucking say like 3 million year delay, a 6 million light year delay. Like like how the sun, when the sun sets, it really set 7 minutes ago or something like that.
Uh-huh.
You could see the sun 7 minutes after it already is actually down completely. So that means these fucking things are a gazillion light years away. You could see it a gazillion light years after it blew up because it's so fucking far away.
I don't know, man. Like all I know is Elon Musk is gonna fucking figure that shit out.
Yeah. Dude, that's how big space is.
It's nuts. Yeah, you would think. Yeah, space is pretty big, Nick. I think that's why they call it space.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is going on?
You got plenty of space up here.
And then you go, and that's just out. That's just the Milky Way. You couldn't get to a star if you fucking wanted to physically, right? Like the way we know. But I'm sure you probably could. Once we realize that speed of light is not our maximum.
Right. There's something else. Nice way to pull that back.
Yeah.
Imagine being on syrup and be like, my mind is like blown right now. Like
Oh,
space,
shit.
time. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, there's so much we don't know, man. We don't even know like what the fuck's in our ocean, bro. Like, shit. You think we got time for space? Still got fucking shit down here we got to worry about.
Man, we should start a fucking little like a club that's called "The Speed of Light is not the fastest thing out there."
We'll start a hashtag.
Yeah. Shit, there's got to be something. What is it? The speed of darkness? Is darkness faster? I mean, if you think about it, darkness rules fucking everything out there, right?
It does rule because if you put everything in complete darkness, you're done for.
You're done. You're toast.
You need light.
And in space,
Pretty dark.
yeah, if you're not next to like the sun, you're fucked. If it wasn't for the sun, we'd be pure darkness.
Well,
So
yeah,
most right? Most of outer space is dark as shit.
Outer space is just like dark, but with just a bunch of night lights, like
Right.
a billion night lights. That shit ain't gonna fucking work.
That ain't gonna light you up because no.
It's dark. It's fucking dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Yo, shoot me up there, man. Like, if we get to the point where Elon Musk allows just regular humans to just go up to space, like for like, vacation or something.
Yeah.
Like, shoot me up there, man. You know what I mean? I want to see some shit.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking dope. Just to fucking like ride along space for a while, just to check shit out.
hmm
That'd be fucking so dope, man. There's gonna be a future, probably in the year like 8,000. People are gonna be doing that. They're just be going, "Oh, I'm gonna go in space for a while. I'll be back next Tuesday."
Oh yeah.
That's wild. That's wild to think about. Those days are coming.
Yeah. You're right. But, fuck, man, I'm still caught up on this fucking. Maybe there's something faster than the speed of light. There has to be.
You're trying to Google that?
Oh, maybe it's like your brain waves.
Brainwaves. That could be it.
Or like energy, like energy, right?
Hey, listen, I'm still
Oh.
trying to figure out how we got here.
So there has to be something. There has to be something because you know how they have that fucking that electron or proton fucking test where it's like if you take one and you
Yeah, yeah.
split it and then you throw it fucking a gazillion light years away, they react the same. You know that test,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The bosom test or some shit, something like that.
Whatever the fuck the test is, but like
I forgot the name of it.
they react the fucking same no matter how fucking far they are away. So if you like flick one, the other one gets flicked or something, or I think they're always spinning, right? And then if you look at it, it stops or something like that. Like it's always in a crazy circle. You look at it, it stops, and the other one will stop too. It reacts exactly the same, which means that they're fucking teleconnected, which means telekinetics are faster than the speed of light because it's all in the same fucking
Wavelength.
and like network of like not nerves but like energy, like your brain. Like if you look at these pictures, sometimes they show like your eyeball and how it's like you zoom in on it, it looks like the fucking universe and like
Yeah, yeah.
like all the energy mass is just like all connected, man. We got to get connected to it. I think that's what happens when you die. You just become fucking connected with it all. But like maybe there's a way to like to get connected with it, man, and just fucking dominate.
Dude, that's fucking wild, man.
Like listen, when for instance with you and gambling,
Wow.
right? You're on a different fucking wavelength for sure. You know what I mean? It's not fucking just luck, and it's not like you who the fuck thought that the Washington Commanders were gonna beat the fucking Eagles yesterday? Nobody, because they're fucking undefeated. You know what I mean? But you just had a feeling, a gut feeling, right? And obviously around this time, the undefeated team usually fucking takes a loss, right?
Takes a loss, yeah.
But it could have been next week, it could have been last week, it could have been fucking
Right.
4 weeks from now, or they could have went undefeated. But you felt it,
Right. They were
and you were right.
undefeated, and I went
Yeah.
against that.
And the Commanders are a shitty team.
Yeah, but they started playing great last week.
Oh yeah,
There's something about it, man. I just felt it. But just to hear everybody when I put the piece up on social media and everybody's like, cash out, cash out, cash out. I'm like, that even gave me more confidence in staying with the bet. Hearing everybody's like, just take that, take that. I'm like, no, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel what you feel.
Yeah.
I just love, yo, that's what it is, man. Let it ride, man. Let it ride, baby.
Yeah.
Make that money.
That's
Yeah, it's all about the wavelength, dude. I feel that. I feel that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Telepathic and all that fucking shit. Yeah, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
But you don't fucking need to. These people, our listeners, they don't need to go to scientists for the answers. We got the answers. We're better than scientists.
Listen, the right answer is the one that you believe anyway, right? I mean, think about it. Every religion believes a different thing, and to them, they're fucking right. You know what I mean? Like every political party believes they're the right one. There is legitimately no right or wrong fucking thing.
Not nowadays.
In religion.
Not nowadays.
No, there's not. I mean,
you could identify as anything you want these days.
Yeah.
You could literally identify yourself as like pizza crust. Like that's what I mean? It's like these people are fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
You get all fucking these crazies.
But who's right or wrong though? Maybe the guy is a piece of pizza crust.
That's how he feels on the inside.
Listen, it's
who am I to judge?
Yeah, it's the same thing as we were told that there's nothing faster than the speed of the light. Maybe we're being lied to. Maybe this guy is pizza crust. You know, like maybe he isn't. Maybe we're all piece of crust.
maybe he'll meet his sauce one day.
You're right. You are what you believe you are, and you are what you believe. Like, listen, some person believes that fucking high taxes are great. Some people believe that the high taxes are shitty. Who is correct? Nobody. Or both of you are correct. You have an opinion.
Neither.
They're called opinions, right?
Yeah.
They're not facts. There's only like some things that are facts, or maybe there are no facts. Maybe they're all bullshit. You know what I mean? Like the past, like I guess you could say, hey, this is working. This is a fact, right? I'm hearing through here. Or is it a figment of my imagination? Who knows?
Who knows? I always just thought like my friends or the people in my life, I thought at one time, I thought you were just people I created.
Yeah.
I even told Malarsa and Chris over the weekend this. I always felt like that. I'm like, you guys are just characters in my life. You know that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly believe that because, like I said before on this podcast, you look at all the fucking the people I know are just like, you're crazy motherfuckers. I love you all, but motherfuckers are crazy. It's just hilarious, man. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. The whole like, it's just crazy that we get to live on the planet to begin with and have all this stuff. It's just crazy. It really is. Hopefully, more people should enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta really like, how can you be like, I understand depression, all that shit, people down, but man, just take a walk outside. Like, look how we're living, man. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
We should just enjoy more of this.
If you break everything down like to science to people, I think they would. If like you broke it down through the big spectrum, the big picture of everything, like nobody like really stops and thinks to themselves like, because everybody takes everything for
Granted.
what they've been well, granted, and but what they've been told as well,
Well, that's why
right?
fuck religion, fuck all that shit, fuck all that divisive shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you keep it down to like science, basic shit. Like you said, we have the sun that keeps us warm.
right.
We take it for granted that it comes up every day. We have a moon to keep the waves from not reaching our houses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all that. It's wild, man.
This is one question that I have too, like that I say a lot to myself, like does this planet need to have like do we need to be violent? Do we need to be this? Like, do we need to be angry? And you say to yourself, all right, technically human beings don't have to because we're smart enough, quote unquote, to say we are angry, we could stop this. But then you look around and you see animals and they kill each other to eat, right?
Monkeys,
So like, what?
monkeys.
Yeah, well, lions, fucking, tigers, bears, those creatures can't stop being violent in order to live. You know what I mean?
Monkeys are violent with each other, and
Yeah,
we're just an upgrade, like a step above monkeys.
right.
There's got to be a new species that's gonna come out like after us. There got to be like better versions of us. I
Right.
don't know what it's gonna be, but I don't know. But they did say like a study, like the new human is gonna have like kind of like a hunchback in a way, because the generations now are always looking down on their
Oh
phones and shit.
yeah.
So now they're saying the new humans are gonna have like some kind of, and they're gonna have like a claw because they always hold the way they hold their cell phone.
Yeah.
It's in a claw, so they're gonna have claws. The new humans are gonna have like a hunchback and
Yeah.
claws, like you're fucking like a gnome or some shit or some fucking
Go,
creature.
we're going back in time. We're gonna be like fucking on all fours again.
Who knows, man? Who knows what the fuck? But yeah, I'm rooting for like a better race, a better kind of thing species that's gonna come out. You would think
My
eventually it's got to happen.
Yeah, my question is this though. Like yin yang, like the Chinese, like the
The
yin
two
yang, like
symbols, yeah.
yeah, like that's like everything has its opposite, right? Good,
Yes.
good and evil, and like
Yes.
but does is it always in unison? Is it like there's this much good and there's this much bad out there, or could you overtake it with good? Like, is yin yang real? Is it true, or is it just to say like, or is it another falsity? Is it all? It's
Could
another
be.
fucking. You know what I mean? To make sure. Oh well, got to have good with the bad. I mean,
Yeah,
the
right.
good. But why? Why do you have to? You know?
We need a little darkness to appreciate the lightness. That's what they say, right? Or some
Right.
crazy shit like that. Yeah, I don't know. I would believe the thing, like we have the ability to fucking, you know what I mean, absorb like all the hate and all that nonsense. But I don't know.
Right.
Then again, I look at the human race. I mean, shit, some of us end up on Jerry Springer. Like it's fucking nuts.
Right. I
Like
mean,
I
there's
don't
got
have
to be.
no faith in them.
There could potentially be another planet out there that's like all good. They
Maybe.
don't experience any anger or fucking like rage or fucking violence or anything like that. They don't have that feeling. Like I know we talked about this before, but like what? How many emotions are there? Like seven? You know what I mean? Like why does anger have to be one of them? And I know like because well because we've evolved and it's a technique to stay fucking alive. If you get attacked, but
Yeah,
like
attack. Yeah,
we don't have to attack each other anymore.
yeah, yeah. We don't have to.
We have all the resources on the fucking in the world for everybody to survive fucking completely fine. You know what I mean? Like you
But
don't need to be angry.
but
And
Nick,
we
you
can,
see,
yeah.
you go ahead, man. Keep going.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
But you see sitting on like the videos on the subway. You see how these people treat each other. It's fucking madness. Like I seen a video last night. This fucking Chinese guy was just he had like a taser gun, and he anytime a black person went on the train, he called them the N word and fucking shoot him with the taser, like fucking nuts. And then these dudes would just like, what the fuck? And they would beat the shit out of him. And he kept getting up to do it to other fucking black guys. And they were beating the shit out of him too. And like they were filming this, and like I could not fucking believe it. And the whole time he's saying the N word in his Chinese like lingo, you know what I mean? So it even sounds even stupider and even more racist, if you can imagine that. But like, I mean, what are these people doing? What got them to this fucking place?
I mean,
I
that
don't
guy's
have
got
no, I have no faith in these kind of people, man.
that guy's
All these
got to be
people are
insane.
fucked up.
He's gotta
Yeah,
be
of
insane.
course. But there's a lot of insane. They call them, oh, but they're just mental health. They just need to see a doctor. They don't belong in jail. Mentally health people are the ones that conducted all these crimes. They do have to be put in jail. Like they belong there. You know, you think a sane person is gonna fucking commit murder or rape? They're not all there. They're not sane. So I don't like that whole give them mental help and shit. Like fuck that. They're crazy. Keep them out of society. You know, maybe there's a planet of all fucking bad and fucking evil.
Yeah.
Imagine getting thrown on that fucking planet. You know, fucking knows.
You might, yes, you might. You know, like I mean, there's
Could
so many
be.
planets. You know, your energy's gonna go somewhere. I mean, shit. You know,
Imagine you
maybe.
driving to space, ended up there.
Yeah.
I picked the wrong planet to roll to, man. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
don't go to that planet after dark.
Dude, maybe heaven and hell are real. Maybe the yin yang is true after all, and there's a good
Okay.
planet. I did, believe it or not, I did that. I did that on purpose. Believe it or not,
All right.
it's true. Good, like a super good planet is offset by the shitty planet, and now we're in the middle planet, and you legitimately have to prove yourself as good or bad.
This is the Earth. They should just rename it Purgatory. Then that's what you're
Maybe,
describing.
dude, maybe we are in purgatory. Like people say, this is purgatory. Maybe it fucking is.
That's crazy. That is crazy. If that's true, yeah. Like, why would people be dicks then? Like, just I don't know. It's crazy. People want to go to hell.
It's funny how we go all
But it
over
is.
the place with this shit. Like now we're talking about
I
maybe
know.
maybe religion is true, man. Maybe the end of the world is coming, and like
I
we're gonna
I
be judged.
I did not see that coming around in this fucking podcast. I didn't think I would talk myself into the opposite, but maybe we're talking about opposites.
Yeah,
So who knows, man?
yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Holy shit.
But anyway,
Well, yeah,
we gotta
yeah.
wrap this stuff up, man. Unless you want to roll with another topic. Do you have another topic? Do you want to? I know we're gonna miss a lot of them, but do you have one you
Yeah,
want to talk about before we go?
population growth we could talk about real quick. It doesn't make any sense, dude. I remember back in the day, like when we were probably like in grammar school. What was the population like? 6 billion? Probably something like that, right?
To me, it seemed like 6,000 people. Like I didn't think there was a lot of people roaming around the fucking planet.
That shit has jacked up 2 billion people within like 20 years or something like that. Like 30
It's like,
years.
dude, it's not good. It's like overcrowding a fish tank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eventually, like you can't breathe. Like you're gonna suck up all the resources and you're gonna die. Way
Right.
too many people. They need to do something. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh my
Stop
God.
stop fucking people.
Mike, the world population in 1994 was 5.6 billion people.
Really?
We grew 2.4 billion people.
We almost fucking doubled it. Is that
God.
is that a double?
It's all no. It's like it's a 100%. It's a 100% increase. Is that how it goes?
I don't know, man. I'm
No,
trying
no,
to
one.
think.
It's a 50% increase.
Is it a 50%? Yeah, that would make sense because it's like half.
Yeah, yeah,
I think.
yeah. 50% increase. Yeah, we sound like idiots just now. Is that a 100% increase?
I think it might be let me get my calculator. I wouldn't even know what to type in my calculator if I pulled that shit out.
God, this is fucking nuts.
Now I know why fucking people yeah, math is important.
Yeah, for real.
You never know when you're gonna need it. Like on the Mix It Up podcast.
Motherfuckers would be having kids though. Like, I mean, if you think about it, if you have 3 kids, You're increasing the fucking population, right?
Yeah, you're doing it.
Shit. So wait a second. If two people have two kids,
That's 4 people.
you but then like
You doubled it.
you doubled it. So there's really no way to stop it.
China's trying. They'd be like, if you have a boy, you get to keep it. If you have a girl, they take him away, or I don't know what they do with them,
Yeah.
or something like that. It's something they put like a limit on
Mhm.
one kid or 2 kids, and then whatever you have, you have. Some shit. China's crazy.
Well, one kid each for two people will half the population in the whole generation.
Yeah, but they die off. They ain't got to get into all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's just the fact that people aren't dying off at a rate that they were back in the day because of modern medicine. Back in the day, people were dying when they were like 30. You know what I'm saying? Then it kind of went up 40s, 50s. Now it's like some motherfucker could be like 100 or running marathon smoking cigarettes constantly
Right.
for fucking 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
So who the fuck knows?
But if you have 10 kids, which people were doing like crazy back in the day, this yeah, they were going nuts.
They
Right?
were
10, 12 kids. Like
the
you're
70s?
yeah. You're putting you yourself are increasing the population fucking 5 times. And then you and your spouse are doing it 10 times. It's
Right.
like, what the shit? What the shit?
I
Why
don't
would you
know.
even have 10 kids? What lunatics? Dude, my grandfather was like a one of 10, and they had no money. Like they
Yeah,
legitimately
right.
were
What
like
the fuck?
scrounging for nickels on the fucking floor.
Yes. Yes. I went to, I'm not gonna say his name, but we had a friend in grade school. His family was like that. They just kept having kids. Like, yo, motherfucker, like you're clocking up. You're not gonna have a Nintendo, man.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta tell your mom and dad to stop fucking. Like, you're not gonna get the new fucking ColecoVision game and shit. You're not gonna get
right,
Super Mario Brothers. You're not gonna get it because your brother got to eat. You know what I'm saying? There's fucking 10. There was like 8 of them, bro. I think there
right.
was might have been 8.
Holy shit.
I'm like, dude, yeah, it was like a factory. I'm like, what are you doing with all these kids? What do you do with all them? Imagine at the same time you're a mom of like 8 kids. You must be mentally
Oh my god.
fucking absolutely out of your mind to deal with that shit.
Yeah. No Disney World trips for them.
Imagine like you need a station wagon because you just got to throw everybody in the trunk.
Right.
And then where do you put your groceries? You got to go food shopping for all these motherfuckers.
You need a
Oh
fucking
my
bus.
god,
You need a mini cheese bus for that.
dude! Back then you didn't have a nanny to help you.
No.
There's no such thing as nannies. So all of a sudden you just let them do whatever they want, and if they live, they live. That's how it was, man. You didn't have
Shit.
seat belts back then. You threw all those motherfuckers in the trunk.
Right. You gave a piece of string, but like tie yourself in.
Yeah, you fucking went out to the club and shit. You left him home alone.
The
Like,
club.
dude, shit, man.
But the
You went
crazy thing is though,
went
dude, like
disco dancing.
yeah, but these people survived and like flourished, like especially like our grandparents' ages, right? Like
Yes.
they were making like fucking $3 a fucking week. But everybody like they flourished and like became real. They all had houses.
Yeah.
Nobody was renting back in the day. They owned everything.
Yeah, because shit was like reasonable. It was fucking
Reasonable.
reasonable compared to your salary. Like
You
it wasn't like it
could buy a
wasn't
house.
yeah, it wasn't 800, 900,000 for a house.
It was like a
They,
nickel.
yeah, they bought that shit with fucking like I don't know, fucking they bargain with people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you could buy a piece of property for $500 or something like that, and then build your own house because people
Yeah.
were building their own building back in the
Yeah,
day.
they're
Like,
building. Right.
but now it's like $1 million for fucking house.
Yeah, now you're walking in, you're like, this thing got central air.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Back then you were like, this got a window. You got 2
Yeah.
windows here. Like,
Right.
all right. Yeah, it was different, man. Yeah, wow. It was, and that wasn't that long ago.
it's like
It
fucking
wasn't that long
70
ago.
years, like 80 years ago, maybe. Right?
Yeah, it
Like,
wasn't that long. Now it's just like, yo, this bubble's gonna fucking, it's gonna break, Nick. There's no doubt. Maybe the World War III or whatever will fucking finally burst this bubble because shit is just way too expensive. Now with inflation, like houses, cars, like I'm trying to look for the new Jeep. I want a nice bed, so I'm looking to buy a new Jeep. And dude, the shit that I want is just it's a fucking lot of money, man.
Yeah.
And how many years am I gonna get out of it? So it's like you're thinking about all that. It's just like I almost hope that the bubble will burst soon. You know what I'm saying? Because these prices they can't last. They can't
Right.
last, man. They just can't.
Dude, like a souped up Jeep, a normal Jeep Grand Cherokee, Jeep
Wrangler.
Wrangler was like fucking 12 grand back in the day. Like,
Dude, mine was like I played mine like 36.4. And that's in 2017.
wow. And now it's like 60 grand for a new one, right?
Dude, easily. And then with all the other stuff I want to build. But yeah, like, I'm like,
Crazy.
what the fuck happened? I could have bought 2 Wranglers back in the day.
Yeah.
Right?
That's like BMW. That's BMW. That's like luxury car prices, 60 grand for a
Yes.
fucking car, man.
Yes.
You know?
Luxury. You said it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people realize it, but
Mhm.
it's just the way it is. That's fucking life now.
Yeah. Well,
Well, think that's it.
yeah, it's good.
Thanks to the podcast. But yeah, Nick, thanks for coming back to the show, man. I'm
Thanks for
glad
having me back.
I'm glad choices didn't end up on tour and you would fucking go around the world fucking doing choices.
No,
Sorry,
it
buddy.
hasn't.
Yeah, not yet,
No.
but it could happen. Could happen one day. But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely a fun show. Had a good time with Crazy and Malarsic. Shout out to them. Shout out to like the guys that I seen up there, Jeff, Joe, Farley, your brother. I seen your brother. I walked in to the stadium, and the first person to see was your brother, and he's like, "Yo, the ambience in here is fucking crazy, right?" I'm like, "Yo, the ambience is off the hook, man." I gave him a hug and shit. I'm like, "Yo, the ambience." I'm fucking walking up the steps, fucking telling everybody how the ambience is and shit. Like,
Oh,
you don't get
shit.
it.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, this shit was fucking fun, man.
Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Is that the first time that you see my brother in like years?
Yeah, yeah. It's been probably since like the last time he's no, the pancake breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it wasn't that long ago. I was gonna say the podcast, but the podcast was before that he came up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like I said, thanks for everybody for coming out. And I'll be podding out. Well, we are on a world tour. I'll make sure Tuesday nights I'm off so I can pod.
Yeah, stop the fucking truck. You got a pod. All right, guys, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Keep listening. Thanks again for listening. Appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.